Okay.
So how was it when you were starting as an auxiliary?
It was great, honestly, because working as an English language assistant, you don't need to work. No, I mean, we only work 16 hours, if you know what I mean. So it's like we work for the morning, during the morning, and during the afternoon is more or less our free time, unless you do private classes. Normally, we always do that because the allowance that we get from the program is always never enough. From rent pa lang, ganun. So yeah, it was the perfect time for me to explore Spain and as well Europe, because once you're here, it's very easy to. Should we cross? Yeah, let's cross. It's very easy to move around. Kasi yeah, I was able to visit a lot of places. Like I was able to go to France.
Yeah.
I've been to Italy and a lot more. So the program, the work itself is very easy. But the thing with being a language assistant is it makes you develop up to a certain point only, because at the same time you're not even a teacher, you know, you're just an assistant. You're literally asking the
It's the
teacher.
first step.
It was a first step. Yeah, it was a first step. It was, in my case, it was a step for me to reach Spain. And in the end of the day, like now once I got here, I got to realize, oh, I can actually do other things other than being a language assistant. I can maybe study here, further my studies, or even I don't know, work as a bartender. I mean, I never did, but I have some friends that did. So it was a
Seeing all
very
the different types of
and coming here, it's
experiences, right?
meeting new people, and coming here, it's like you really see people from different walks of life, and I don't know if it's just a Filipino thing where we kind of look down if you're a waiter, or if you don't have like if you're not doing something corporate. But here it's really different, huh? It's I guess they really they preserve their personal space. They like to
Yeah.
ano ba tawag dyan? Parang the work-life balance is so important for Spaniards.
Yeah.
And I really like it. It's really eye-opening.
And how is the adjustment basically? Your life,
Adjustment.
comparing your life in Cebu in the Philippines,
In Cebu,
moving here.
well, in Cebu, I was really sheltered because I would always get picked up by my parents. I would always be with my parents or with my family. I didn't really go out as much because my parents were strict. And yeah, everything was hatid sundo, everything was all taken care of, unlike here, right? So you have to really take.
Independence basically.
Yeah, I completely. I mean, I was quite independent already when I studied university in Manila because I'm Cebuana. So it wasn't that hard of an adjustment for me to actually pick myself up and fix my home. It was really basic. It was more of maybe the money involved, you know, to save. Yeah, and actually it's very rewarding as well because now you have your own money to spend. You got to splurge on things that you believe that you deserve, you know.
Choosing your own money.
Yeah, choosing a Ben and Jerry's once in a while, you know.
And also sometimes finding means to earn, right?
Yeah,
For
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. And you get to see the quality of everything now. So you don't spend as much as anymore. It's quite more conservative in that sense. But at the same time, you get to splurge, and it's such a good feeling as well.
Little luxuries.
Claro, claro, claro.
Compared to like using your parents' money for luxury.
Yeah. I mean, and my family in general, we weren't even into luxury from the beginning. So now that I have my own money, it's really a treat to buy myself my own things in Zara, for example, or buy my own shoes because it's quite expensive. And
meal.
yeah, and to even to budget my own travel, you know, it's fun. It's fun, and coping with homesickness here, it wasn't that terrible because honestly, the Filipino community in Madrid or in Spain is really big.
Yeah.
just from where we ate a
Yeah.
while ago. It's
Yeah.
very heartwarming. They're always talking. I mean, they even gave us free
Yeah.
lumpia,
Yeah.
right?
So not a lot of people know that actually that the Filipino community in Spain, especially in Madrid and Barcelona, it's really growing,
Yes,
right? It's probably like, I don't know, 20 years ago for Australia or 15 years ago for London, right? That when you come here now, unlike probably decades ago or a couple of decades ago, now you have a lot of Filipinos. You have
Yeah.
proper Filipino shops.
Yeah,
Um,
it's quite a diaspora at this point. We're
right?
everywhere. Yeah, it's even if you go out of Tetuan or Cuatro Caminos, it's like you're in this different, completely. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's like you're in a
Filipino
completely
town,
different place. Yeah,
right?
parang when I go out of the metro,
Feels like
Pinoy,
Filipino town.
Pinoy. I went to Popeyes the other
Filipinos
day.
and Latinos.
Oh, Filipinos and Latinos. So it's great. It's really, really great. Yeah.
So you have
Like
your
it.
little California with a lot of Latinos and a lot of Filipinos in Cuatro Caminos, Madrid.
Yes.
That's a district here
Yes.
where you have a lot of immigrants.
Yeah. Exactly.
Of course, more and more you see not just immigrants, but actually second generation Filipinos. So let's say kids who were born here or who have grown up here,
Yeah.
and also Filipino kids who have Spanish and Filipino parents. So more and more you see that
Yeah.
representation, right?
Dude, I mean, in the 4 years as an English teacher, I had maybe one. Every year, I would always have one Filipino student.
Yeah.
In my case, Filipina. But even my
who were raised or who were born here, right?
in this case, they transferred here.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So
I
what
do.
age? What's the age?
5th grade. So
Oh,
that
okay.
would be. Oh yeah, ewan ko 11? No. Yeah, around
Yeah,
10,
so
11, around that
recently
day.
moved here.
Recently moved here.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, my one of my close friends here. She's also an English teacher. She's Filipina, and she's with her boyfriend is Filipino, but was born here.
Yeah.
So there's really a lot.
Yeah.
We're
So it's
quite
growing
we're
and
quite everywhere.
It
Yeah.
makes it exciting for us, right?
Yes.
Makes it exciting for Filipinos who live here. Even if you've just moved here, you see
Yeah.
a lot of things happening for minority groups like Filipinos or the Filipino community.
Yeah.
And then also I think for Filipinos from other cities in Europe, when they visit Madrid, they're like, oh wow, there's a lot of things happening for the Filipino community.
I know, and we're getting more opportunities. Yeah. I see a lot of more students as well, Filipino students as well here, taking some sort of master's or some sort of undergraduate program, which is great because we need more representation here. We have so much good skills. It's really, I have to say, our work ethic is completely different from here.
Yeah.
Not to shame or not to discriminate any other style, but I think we're mas maalaga. I don't know how to. I think it's extra care. I think it's a very personal.
Which I think Spain and Europe can take advantage of.
Yes.
If they have Filipino talents in their company or in their business.
Yeah.
They can really take advantage of that. Industriousness, right?
Yeah, I have
that quality of work.
I actually have. So I was in this other bar the other day. It's in this Irish bar, and then we were able to talk to these Irish guys that went to Spain just for vacation. And this guy was telling me about how his entire business, most of his workers are Filipinos, and he can see how different they are in terms of work ethic. So I think it really goes to show how caring we are. And which is why people want to hire us, honestly. Which is great. I find it really happy. Yeah, we can pass here if you want. Yeah. We can walk here.
Yeah. Let's show them the area.
Yes. There's a really nice coffee area near my home. The place is called Novo Mundo.
Wow.
The pastries are wow. Parang super artisanal.
Let's talk about Madrid this time.
Yeah.
Your impression of Madrid as a Filipino, as a foreigner living in Madrid, definitely as a non-European, right? Living in Madrid.
Yes.
When did you move here? What year was that?
I moved here in 2019, a little bit
2019.
right after I graduated university.
Okay.
I
So how?
wasn't. Yes, yeah. I wasn't in Madrid yet. I was in Jaén, Andalusia. I have to say it's quite different from my experience here in Madrid because
Yeah.
in Jaén, if just to give you a little context, it's a little town where you can walk from from the ends. For in 30 minutes, you can walk from the end,
From
from
both
A to
ends.
Z,
Oh, okay.
you know. And so from that, it's no one speaks English, so I was kind of forced to really learn Spanish again,
Which is a great thing too.
which is great, which is
Learn the
great.
language.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's so funny because we went there during summertime, and you know how we always bring umbrellas when it's really hot. So my friend did that, and everybody was just staring at him because no one does that here. People here love to tomar sol, to soak in the sun.
Yes.
Unlike us, where even my mom, she puts a handkerchief on the car's window because she doesn't want to get hit by the sun, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really nice.
They love the sun here. They love getting a tan.
They love it here. There was one time when I think it was Typhoon Filomena. The Filomena, so it was the first time where Madrid had this intense snowfall, and there was maybe no work, or it was very mobilization for 2 weeks because they never experienced it in like 100 years, I think. And you would see all the stores, there would still be tables outside because they would
Yeah.
love to take some sun, even though it's winter. It's such a different culture, you know. Because the thing bad about the Philippines is you don't really get to walk.
To walk a lot.
Yeah,
Except maybe
yeah.
if you live in the countryside, in the province,
Yeah,
you can. Like
yeah.
for example, my relatives who live in Batangas, in the countryside,
Yeah.
in a pueblo, they can. But if you live in a city like Cebu and Manila,
Yeah.
you're so used to
I mean,
driving,
claro.
taking the
I mean, if you have a subdivision, great. But
Yeah.
otherwise, you'll never get this. You know what I mean?
like walking around
Yeah.
a real big city,
Claro. And
which is very
I think the
common in
urban.
Europe.
Claro. I feel like that's where the Philippines can improve a little bit because apart from the traffic, the urban planning of everything is so bad. You know, at least here, for example, this center, this M30, so Madrid's city center is como like composed of like the area inside the highway number M30. So.
Yeah.
And after that, the cars they couldn't come in unless you are either electric. If you are past a certain year, and yeah, you couldn't go inside the center. You would get fined. So the culture of walking is really encouraged. Encouraged.
So let's talk about your impression of Madrid. This time,
Madrid.
no,
I love Madrid.
from working in Jaén to
Yeah.
moving to Madrid.
Yes. Yeah, so I love it. I feel like it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. COVID has done me really bad because as I said, I wanted to be a pilot, but from there I kind of realized how you would be stuck in just one industry if you're a pilot. And coming here to Madrid, I mean, the thing with Madrid is there are so many foreigners because this place is full of Erasmus, a lot of university students. So you get a lot of interaction, and plus the people here are incredibly friendly. They're so loud, and very relaxed. You know, like everybody's just, I don't know. No one is so stressed. How about you, Carlos? What do you think?
I think it's a very social
It's very social.
society. I mean, as a community, as a people, Madrileños, and also, of course, foreigners living in Madrid are very social. That's why people always
Yeah.
say we have a very warm culture here
Yeah.
in Madrid and in Castilla. So Castilla-La Mancha and Castilla y Leon.
Mm.
Those communities or regions in Spain are very warm in terms
Yeah. I think
of their culture, social culture.
yeah, I think Spain in general, not just Madrid. I think it's a very Spanish thing. Like for
Yeah.
one time I was in Germany and we we were sitting down and then right beside us, you guessed it, a Spanish group that was so loud, just laughing all the time, and you can see it from there that they, I think they like take life very not so seriously, you know, something that
Lightly.
I really appreciate
Which
here
is
in
what
Spain.
Filipinos can relate with, right? We can
Yes.
definitely relate to that kind of culture.
Yeah.
In some sense, we are, or we have Latin influence,
Mm-hmm.
but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time,
That's
we
true.
have our own.
That's true.
We have our own native Filipino
Signature.
signature.
Yeah. Yeah. This is actually my home.
Oh, so
Yeah. See.
So yeah, we walked with Koleen
Yes.
to her area.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Very happy.
I have some work to be done, so I have to go. But I was told that I'm gonna get some wine soon
Yeah,
with
so you
Carlos,
should.
so I'm gonna wait for that. We have a part two
We'll
coming.
definitely see you again. Thank you so much,
See,
Koleen.
of course. Thank you.
And
Yeah,
hasta luego.
thank you. Bye. Yeah.